Cbeebies Bedtime Story.
Hello, my name is Floella and I've nearly finished my knitting. Do you know what it is? I'll give you a clue. It'll keep you warm on a cold day. Have you guessed it yet? Yes, it's a blanket for Teddy. What do you think, Teddy? Well, in tonight's bedtime story, there's a bear who gets a lovely woolly present. The story is by David Melling, and it's called Don't Worry, Hugless Douglas. Douglas and his dad were playing. "What's behind your back?" asked Douglas. "Not that hand, the other one." Dad smiled. "Something for you." It was a new woolly hat. "Wow!" said Douglas. "Thanks, Dad." Douglas had never had a woolly hat before. He couldn't wait to show it to his friends. "Look after it," said Dad, but Douglas was off already. "Look at me," shouted Douglas. "Snazzy hat, Douglas," barred the sheep. "I can even do cartwheels in it," he whooped. Ooh, and he did it again and again and again until something didn't quite feel right. Douglas gasped. His new woolly hat had turned into one long string of spaghetti. "Oh, that's not supposed to happen," he gulped. "Don't worry, Douglas," said the sheep. "We'll fix it." They wound it into a ball and squished it back into shape. "Any good?" they asked. "No," said Douglas. "Cow is a good thinker," said the sheep. "She'll know what to do." Cow thought. She had a very good idea. Pretty," she said. "No," said Douglas. "Don't worry, Douglas," chirped a swoopy bird. "I can use this for my nest." "No, you can't. That's my new woolly hat." "Doesn't look like a woolly hat," said the swoopy bird. "Anyway," he puffed, "it doesn't fit." And he dropped it out of the tree. Just then it began to rain. Douglas was really worried now. "What's my dad going to say?" Rabbit popped up. "Thanks, Douglas. Just what I need to plug the hole in my burrow." "That's my new woolly hat. My dad gave it to me." "Sorry," said Rabbit. "I didn't know." "Come here," she said, and she wiped his nose. "What am I going to do?" sniffed Douglas. Rabbit looked thoughtful. "Why don't you just tell your dad what happened? He's nice, your dad. He'll understand." Maybe Rabbit was right. Douglas picked up his wet spaghetti hat and trudged back home. "Oh, Douglas, look at you." "Where's your new hat?" asked his dad. Douglas told them everything. "Don't worry, Douglas," said his dad. "I've got something for you." Guess which hand? Douglas wasn't sure. "Here's my hat," laughed Dad. "You'll soon grow into it." That story was called Don't Worry, Hugless Douglas. So there are lots of different things you can do with a ball of wool. And I think I'd like the idea of knitting a nice woolly hat too. While I start that, I think it's time for you to go off to bed to be warm and cosy. And I'll see you soon for another story. Night-night. Sweet dreams.